Just hanging out by the lake like former Leaf head coaches. Welcome back to Breakfast Television.
Not wrong.
I was envious. It looked amazing. Devo, Mayor Sid here with you. Look, at the big news again, Sheldon Keefe, no longer head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I got to say it the way it is. This is one of the most coveted head coaching jobs in professional sports. It does not come up all the time. You have coaches, specifically Canadian coaches, who've dreamt of being behind that bench. And right now it is available. We'll find out more at 10:30 a.m. today what the plans are from the Toronto Maple Leafs in terms of that and a lot of other issues. But I want to go back to Keefe. In the regular season, his record was outstanding. In the playoffs, it was 16-21, which is still not the worst playoff record I've ever seen. But in terms of what the expectations are with this organization, they are a cap team, which means they spend every available penny to try and win the cup. It was not good enough. We wondered what statement Sheldon would put out, and he came out with a video that I believe is pushing 4 or 5 million views right now on Twitter. And it's Sheldon basically at his cottage. The view is exquisite, and it was one of the classier messages I've seen in a while. Here's a piece of it.
I'm forever grateful for the opportunity to coach the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's a dream come true for a boy from Brampton. I didn't get it done in the playoffs. I didn't help push our team over the line and deliver. I accept responsibility for that. No excuses. That's the job. I didn't get it done. It's the reality of the business, and I accept it.
I have to say, I did not hear close to that level of accountability from the players on Monday when they cleaned out their lockers. Sheldon has stepped up and said, this was my responsibility. It is what it is. He's going to get another job soon, and he's going to take a team to the playoffs soon, and they're going to be very happy with him. Past that, I'm not sure. But he's going to get another job, at least one more in this league. He's going to be fine. We'll find out more today, hopefully around 10:30 a.m. Let's focus on Sheldon here, Devo, and kind of how people look back at him. Because let's be honest here, a lot of the fan base wanted this.
Yeah.
I think this is the right move.
It is the right move.
Your thoughts on Sheldon?
Well, first, with the players, you're not going to hear that from the players because they're still on the team. If they get moved, then maybe they'll say something about it. But this guy is removed from this position so he can reflect back on it. I know there was conversation about why let him have that press conference on Monday if you're just going to fire him. I think you give him the opportunity to talk about the series and the playoffs before and kind of wrap that up before making that next move. So I think that was class to be able to allow him to have that press conference to talk specifically about this past playoffs. Pure class with the video. Love that. 100%. I reposted that last night saying the exact same thing. I wish him well and nothing but respect for him and the way he reflected back on it. Shouted out everybody that was involved with the organization from the beginning to the end that he was there.
Not everyone. There was one person he didn't mention, Keith Pelly.
Well, I mean, if that's the person that's...
Well, if that's the person that maybe wanted to make the move...
I don't blame him for that.
I don't know that, but not everyone was mentioned. I just want to correct the record.
Okay, thank you. I don't blame him for not mentioning that. But he didn't work with him. He didn't work with him. The guy came in and fired him.
Basically, yeah.
So he never worked with him, so there's no thank you needed there.
No, but I now know who maybe made the decision.
Wow.
By omission.
I think it's pretty obvious. Yeah, I mean, look, that was the move that you had to make. You had to use sound off, and a lot of people are saying you can't fire the players. Coach is usually the one that's going to go. But he acknowledges it. You didn't get to the next level that you needed to, and unfortunately, that's the breaks of the game and the way it goes. And like you said, he will work somewhere else.
100%.
And with that, especially with that video, it's not always about winning and losing. It's about how you conduct your business and conduct yourself in those moments, and he conducted himself with grace.
Mayor, you love this team. How will you look back at the Sheldon Keefe era?
You know, almost. Getting close, getting closer, putting things, I think, in a direction where we can now build from. I think he has left his mark on this organization and, with the fans. I think he's been engaging with the fan base in a way that wasn't always the way the fan base wanted to be engaged with. Some of those quotes that he gave after games weren't always as satisfying as we were looking for. But I think the video really does make up for it. I think the acknowledgement that he created in that space makes me think very fondly of him, to be honest, and I wish him the best. And this is not, you say it's the most coveted coaching job. It is certainly not the easiest. The pressure is massive. The results are expected. And, he didn't meet the mark. He said so, and he's out. So I think that's the way an organization should work. And when you see the Maple Leafs doing things that seem like they should work, I go, oh, my God, I love this. Yeah.
That's the first.
Look, Heavy is the head who wears the crown in this city. Behind that bench, that's for sure. The one critique I'll have, and I think the next head coach needs to fix this, Sheldon did have a propensity to throw the same guys over the boards regardless of how they were playing and regardless of what the score was. And I think there were other guys on that bench going, oh, great, they're going out on the power play again. 1 for 20? Yeah, no problem, no problem. The next coach, I don't care if the next coach has won a cup or not, the next coach has to be very honest with this roster and dole out time when it's deserved.
Based on performance.
Based on performance, because I believe that was his biggest Achilles heel with this team. There were moments he could not tell John Tavares, you are the slowest guy on the ice. I can't put you on this power play. Or Marner was struggling. Or nights when Austin was struggling. Or any of them. That next head coach, whoever it is, has got to have that. Because if they don't have that, nothing's going to change with the Muskoka Five in that room, or however you want to define them. And it's going to be the same thing over and over. We'll see where this goes. Again, 10:30 press conference today.
It's coaching styles, man. Like,
it is.
You're saying take away players' confidence. Like,
yeah,
you can't be like, hey,
that's
you're
not what
playing
I'm
like
saying.
trash.
I'm just
playing
saying
like trash. You're not going on the ice.
It's
Like, you can't.
this is a professional league.
Sure.
And if you're 1 for 20 on the power play in the playoffs, you need to be able to say to your
Switch it
guys,
up, yeah.
Guys, we're going to make a move here. And that wasn't his strong suit at all.
It was
He had
dealing with
many.
them like
That
stars.
wasn't. That wasn't.
But if he doesn't play your
players.
star, if you don't play your star player and you lose in the playoffs, what's the fan base saying to you then?
Oh, I'm not saying every game.
Right.
But I'm saying there are moments, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There are moments where it's like, let's go. We'll see if the next coach has that. And he will get another job, Sheldon Keefe, within the next week. I guarantee you that.